Hello, everybody! Welcome to another episode of 10 Forward Weekly. My name is Mike Fadum. I am your senior community manager. And for this very exciting Dyson Bundle themed stream, I am joined by the incredibly talented senior ship artist, that way, Mauricio Tejerina, and art director Thomas Maroney. Hello, everyone!
Hey everybody.
Hello.
How are you folks doing today?
We're doing good. Excited to be back in 10 Forward. I think it's been I'm trying to
Yeah,
remember the last
it's
time I
been a
was
while.
on.
Yeah.
Somebody said it's been
Um
a while since you've been on in chat too. I thought it had been sooner than that, but I guess not.
let's see. Let's see. I didn't get I wasn't on for the Kelvin A, but I feel like it was pretty recently before that I was on for something.
Yeah,
Um but whatever. I'm back now. That's all that matters.
you might see at least one new cat. Well, actually, only one new cat on Thomas's camera this stream. So keep an eye out for that. How about you, Mo? How you doing?
I'm doing good. And finally, we're starting to get good weather around here. I'm excited to be in the stream. It's been a while.
Nice.
Very excited to show the folks what we have in today from the
Yeah,
Dyson ships.
I'm glad we could bump this one up a little bit, so you're not, quite in the middle of bedtime during the
Yeah,
stream.
I know.
uh, cool. All right. Well, folks, we are gonna dive in to look at those Dyson ships that we've been talking about that Jared teased a couple weeks ago that I showed you guys a little bit of art from on a previous stream. But before we go in and talk about them, let's first dive in to the two pieces of fan art that we got this week. Remember, you could send fan creations to ambassadorkel@gmail.com. The address is right up there, currently being covered by the subtitles. So send them on in. All right. So first up, from KD, we got this awesome looking Borg vanity shield on the Eisenberg class. Very very cool. And Kyle Pancham sent us. I just like this shot a lot. It's a whole bunch of um, it's not Excalibur. It's Thomas. What's the Enterprise B class name?
Excelsior?
Excelsior. It's a whole bunch of Excelsiors in a line, but it kind of looks like it's traveling through history. Must have taken a minute to line that up. Excelsior! Yeah, everyone in chat is like, Excelsior! Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So, um, without further ado, shall we dive in and take a look at some ships?
Yes, please.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because before the stream I was like, "So, are you guys ready?" And both Thomas and Mo were like,
Do we have a delay going on?
"No, no." I
Okay.
think you guys are just both, you know, maybe doing some work while you're on stream, which I understand. All right, heading over here. Let's take a look at our first ship. This is the hold on, I have this written down. Kardashev Command Dyson Science Destroyer, the T6 version of the Federation Dyson ships. Thomas, Mo, tell us a little bit about this design.
Yeah, I'll start. So this is the T6 Starfleet Dyson ship. Hector Ortiz designed this for us, and Tobias Richter modeled it for us with intake by Mo. So when talking to Hector and getting started on this ship, my instructions were pretty clear. We already had four variants of the existing Dyson ships. The free variant and then the three C-store variants for each, Starfleet, Klingon, Romulan, and and they were all in the Dyson style, kind of, very alien take on what a Starfleet ship was, or what a Romulan ship was, or a Klingon ship. And so for these guys, I wanted to pull back a bit actually, and then I asked Hector, like, we still want it to feel like it's in the same family, but I really want to lean way more into the faction language. So for all these ships, starting with the Starfleet ship, it's going to feel a lot more like a natural built starship design, but he'll still have some of that futuristic, swoopy Dyson language in there. And we also Mo also put together a tweak of the material. I'll let him talk about that in a second. But anyway, we just wanted to um, when you're doing something with as many variants as these ships have, you're trying to find like what's the new thing that's going to give people another option that they don't already have, right? And I'll admit too that back when they were building these ships, I was actually still a UI artist when they were doing the original Dyson ships, and it never quite sat with me how drastically they leaned into the Dyson language for all of them. And so this was kind of a dream deferred to get to bring some of the natural design language of the original factions back into these ships, and hopefully people appreciate having that option. If you really like that Dyson language, you've still got 4 existing variants to choose from, and you can absolutely mix and match parts. Which Mo, why don't you take it from there? Because I know that was a challenge getting that to work.
Yeah, I mean, it just like going back to the older models and just making sure that all the parts with fit with everything else was a challenge. Because I was having issues with the nacelles and the pylons and how everything was lining up together because these ships do have animations, and that the man points were a little of an issue. But doing tweaks here and there and having to do some compromises, I think it took them to the final line. So
Hmm.
yeah, I mean the first time I saw I mean I never seen a Dyson ships before, but man, I really fell in love with these designs.
They're really cool,
Pretty
yeah.
happy that I get to work on this stuff, and yeah, this is like and seeing how all the pieces just like work together. I mean, mm, pretty happy with what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the animations and stuff work, which is really cool. Like
Hmm.
they have all the cannons and the cells pop out and all that stuff.
I'll
It's
show
all
that
still
off right
there.
now for those of you who haven't seen the bumped tactical mode on one of these ships
Yeah.
before. Come on, here we go. Come on, zoom in. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Now
I really
she's
like this
mean.
stuff.
As
I
people in chat
remember,
are wondering, yeah, you do need to own any Dyson ship you want to customize this with. So any of the other variations, which is why on this stream that you're seeing right now, I only have the one Solane style. But so Mo,
Yeah, I
Thomas
think
mentioned
I
something
think it
about
comes with the original free variant.
oh
Just
man,
real quick, I think it comes with the original free variant. So in that case, it's the Solane variant, and then the other 3. That's I said before there are 4 pre-existing variants because there's a variant that you got from playing the mission, if I recall, and then 3 more that you got from buying the bundle in the C store. So that mission variant is free, and then the C store variants they come with then you need to buy the bundle to get them.
yeah, the Montgomery, the Omega, and the Helios.
nice. Um, I believe we're back on our old friend, the mic delay, Thomas, which is why we were talking over each other for a second there.
No, okay.
Yeah. So Mo, tell me a little bit about this new material that Thomas mentioned.
So at first we were just gonna like make the purple sections as part of the material, but then I thought it would be a really cool idea to just let the players be able to change that color to whatever they want. So
Ooh,
uh, that's kind of like um, something that I really like about the ship. It's just giving the players another thing that they can customize and change, and still you can see a lot of like the Federation language into it, and they also going to be able to change the glass because there
ooh,
is also kind of like an orange version of this.
If you go back, well, I think you did a blue version of that glass too, didn't you? So there's like a purple glass for that and a blue, or I don't, maybe you didn't, but um,
Yeah,
let's go back to
no, this is the
Kardashev.
purple. There's the purple and there's an orange.
Kind of hard to see, sorry, but I'll just make it red. And then oh, it's
Yeah, and
Windows? No.
for the cells, you actually have to go. No. So
Move.
for the nacelles, go into the Advanced tab,
Mm-hmm.
and then go to Front Nacelles. And
This may not.
interesting. Okay, you might need to add those to the unlock costume mo if you haven't.
Oh,
Might just be an older
yeah. Guess
build
what? We're
too.
finding problems when we look at this.
Woo!
We'll figure it out. We'll get it in there. They
Yeah, I definitely
exist
want
and
to
there'll
get
be
it in there.
options. Yeah. Or yeah.
Yeah, so there'll be two different types of nacelle glass, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, let's take a quick look at some stats because I know you guys are going to want to see these. So all of these ships do have different stats. I'm only going to take one of them into combat for the sake of time. It might be this one if I loop back around, but I just want you guys to get a look at the stuff that I know you want to look at. So the console that comes with this ship is the networked positronic shield matrix. You turn that on, and it gives more damage absorption shielding for you and any allies within a specific area. It is a reworked version of a previous console, so it also works with the previous set. The experimental weapon is the experimental dual heavy proton emitter, and it does proton damage and has a 2% chances for engines online, shields online, and minus all damage resistance. But you can only use it when you're in tactical mode. And then finally, the trait is the protonic carrier wave. If you deal proton damage once every 2 seconds, you get better at starship drain expertise, and you get a reduction on command bridge officer and drain bridge officer ability cooldowns. So there you go. All right, let's switch ships. I am gonna have to KFR Sol ESD. See, we just announced the latest event, so there's no loading screens that I can accidentally spoil. All right. So now the Federation ship was done, you said, by Tobias, but these next two are both yours, right, Mo? Mo?
No, I think
No, these
Tobias
were
did.
outsourced. They were
Yeah, all three
outsourced
of
to
Okay.
these.
Tobias.
Never
Tobias
mind
did
then.
Tobias and
all of
Hector did
them.
all three of them. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, got it.
I got to put them into the game, which is the most important part.
hmm Well, I mean, it's funny because like I think people underestimate how much work goes into that part of it, and how many decisions the intake artist has to make about like how do the effects work, how does the customization work. And there's still a lot of editing, how the materials work, and there's a lot of editing and polish and UV mapping and even like extra decals and stuff that can still happen at the intake stage. So I definitely it's important for me that the intake artists get credit too, um,
Yeah,
because it's
absolutely.
it is a crucial step of the process.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So how did?
I actually was having a lot of fun trying to decide where the mount points go on all these ships, like on the phasers or torpedoes.
Nice. All right. Sorry, I'm just making sure I have the console equipped here. Huh. Uh, double huh. All right. Well, why don't we start loading the previous map, and then I'll figure that out while it's loading. Oh, that was a really fast load. I genuinely thought I'd have more time than that. All right. I just grab the console here, so we're sure we have it. So tell us a little bit about the design. This is the Romulan version of the ship. Tell us a little bit about the design here and what the inspiration
Yeah.
was.
It's another Hector Ortiz special. He did all of these. I think like with the Starfleet ship, we wanted to kind of pull it back um, and unify it with the design language of some of our other recent Romulan designs that Hector has done. So that meant a really long head. The head on the the old Dyson ships, it's very kind of the Deridex round look to it, where this is much like pointier, more like an arrowhead. It's got the little like canards there on the side. That's a very much like what Hector brings to the Romulan design language. Is very has Hector's thumbprints all over it. The wings also on the back, those are pretty. I think those are kind of brand new to this take. A little like bat wing
Yeah, that's
um,
cool.
extrusions on the back there. It's very, very Hector. It gives the ship a lot of momentum and motion and speed, which is, Hector's all about that. Hector really channels a lot of sports car design to the ships that he makes,
It does,
and
yeah.
you can kind of see that in the energy they have.
Lots of folks in chat are saying this has White Star vibes. You're not wrong about that.
Hmm.
Although I think that's just a
Absolutely.
natural consequence of Hector being a huge fan of starships and certain Romulan design decisions.
Hmm.
I see folks in chat pointing out that I forgot to look at the seating of the Fed one. We'll do that after we're done looking at all the other ships. So yeah, so this is a extremely cool Romulan design. A little bit of the Deridex, a little bit of Warbird, uh, and I like these crystal-looking nacelles. That's really cool.
Yeah, that was one concession. So even though we wanted it to be um, a more Romulan Starfleet Klingon, take on the design. The purple nacelles were kind of a concession to the original Dyson heritage, and so that's one of the things that Mo did is made these versions of the materials with those purple nacelles, and so like they're still you can still use the normal materials with green nacelles or blue nacelles or whatever if you want, but this is a new variant of the standard faction material with that purple nacelle look.
Yeah,
Try not to put too much bloom on the nacelle so you can actually see a little bit of the kind of like the wavy purple and white that you see in there, because otherwise it have been like completely like too much white on it. So I was trying to tweak that for it to be right.
cool. All right. Any other super fun things to talk about with this ship? Let me show off her customizing with at least one variation. Oh,
So in the original concept, the engines in the back were on the wings, but we have to move them to the actual back of the tail,
oh yeah,
uh,
those ones right
so it
there.
could match so it could match the skeleton that we have for all the other ship, because all the
Nice.
ships have to share the same skeleton, which means that the man points for the engines have to be in the same bone.
Got it. Uh, oh, I see what was going on. Okay. Just gonna randomly move some things around so y'all can see the differences. Ooh, can get it, make it even more spiky. And of course, we've got a bunch of different types of materials that you can play with. Gonna throw the rawest material on there. And there's a very neat combination or put together customized ship. So you guys can have lots of fun with that.
Yeah, there are a lot of cool options. We also added all the material. Well, I say we. Mo did all the hard work of adding all of the kind of modern materials for Klingons, Romulans, and Starfleet to these ships. So, the Tavaro material for the Romulan ships, the Deridex material, the the Vorcha material, the Type 6A, Defiant, Voyager, like all of those materials that, we've kind of been doing the last few years to really clean up and make these ships feel more modern and canon accurate. Those materials are all on all of the Dyson ships now.
Yeah. Um,
Um, so you have a lot more options to play with,
Yeah,
which is going to
I
be
know that
really fun.
you were showing two templates for this ship, but there's actually other three. Because I
Yeah.
know that you were just looking at the Avis and the Ralis, but there's other three. So that will be give them more options for customizing the ship.
Yeah. Um, lots of people asking for a Mimbari duty officer to go with this, Thomas. I assume you can make that happen immediately. Uh,
I'm sure that would be fine.
all right, so the trait for this one is Siphon Defenses. If you activate a Drain buff ability or any Temporal Officer buff ability, you get, excuse me, secondary shielding by doing that. Same experimental weapon as the other two ships, the dual heavy proton emitter, and then the console is the reverberant shield inversion projector, which allows you to do a bunch of proton damage to a bunch of foes in an area and reduce their shields. And of course, powers combines with the rest of the Dyson set as well. Uh, or actually, is a set with the other two consoles in this ship. Um, cool. And then, of course, seating. Huzzah. So we've got Lieutenant Commander Universal Intelligence, Ensign Universal, Commander Tactical, Lieutenant Engineering, and Commander Science Temporal Ops. And the set bonus on the consoles. Let's see, more details. Down here, yeah. Okay, so if you equip two of them, you get more proton damage and less threat generation. If you equip all three, for every 2 seconds in combat that you don't take hull damage, you get 2 current and maximum aux system power for 20 seconds. So sounds like the more you can power up your shield so you're not taking hull damage, the more subsystem power you'll get. All right, cool. Well, one last one to check out. Let's head back to ESD. And I
This is
saved
my
my
favorite
favorite for
Dyson
last.
ship.
Oh, I can hear myself a little bit in Mo's or Thomas's headphones, and I can hear how bad the delay is. That's wild. Also, why does this only happen when
Well,
Thomas is on the stream?
oh, I don't know. You think? I mean, we're not geographically. We're closer than Mo is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, ship. Ice Queen, it says, because you're a Time Lord, Thomas. That makes sense.
Well, I wish
Um,
there were like useful things I could do with that power.
you can appear in really cool homeworld documentaries with that power.
There you go.
Oh, I forgot to show off the tactical ship on the Romulan ship, but here's how it looks on this extremely gorgeous Klingon ship. Oh my god, I love those giant guns flipping out. That's amazing. Mo, did you make those
Yeah,
into
that's just
That's
like
hard
cool.
points?
I made them bigger. No, not really.
uh,
But they shoot, right? There
Yeah,
are
they
hard
shoot
points
and
on this. Yeah.
they have muscles, and the muscles actually will move when you fire.
Oh, cool.
So
yes!
that's my favorite feature on the ship. So it makes it just like a killer weapon.
That's awesome. Oh, hey, Amy. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Yes, so tell us a little bit about this design. Thomas, Mo, whichever one of you wants to dive in and talk about the inspiration here. I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but I love the ridges here on the ship, or on the
Yeah.
nacelle arms.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said before, this is another Hector Tobias special, and I think for this one, Hector leaned into the Dyson flavor a bit more than on the others, but I think it worked out really nice because the kind of rib cage feels very Klingon, but the way that he set it up also feels really like cool and advanced. Um, on this one with the wings, and you still get that kind of like Klingon feather pattern. So this definitely like this comes across as like a futuristic Klingon ship, which is perfect for the Dyson stuff. But it's still obviously Klingon. So I'm really
Yeah.
pleased with how this one came out for sure.
This is one that I wish I could get a model of for my shelf for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean these 3D printed will be just beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm really the just like the whole shapes and how they follow the hull, and
Yeah.
Tobias did an amazing job. He's such a great modeler.
Do the is there anything cool or exciting that you found while you were intaking this bad boy, Mo, or that you got to add yourself?
Um, hmm. I had to do some tweaks on the sections that meet the stanchions to the nacelle because there was a little bit of a gap. So I added a little bit of my own intake on the connection. It's, kind of like where that, well, when you change the nacelles, you will see that because normally I try not to make a change like that too obvious. But if when you change that into another nacelle type from the other Klingon templates, then you will actually see how they connect to each other. Um,
Cool. Well, let's take a look. All right. So this is the Nova or Nov class. This is the older class, and this is our new baby, the Lola class. Thomas, did you have a hand in naming this ship? And if so, is it named after the Eric Clapton song?
I did not. Jeremy Randall picked the
yeah,
names for all of these ships. I think well, maybe I might have suggested the Kardashev, um, but I think Jeremy picked the Klingon and Romulan names. I forget what there was a good Klingon word that Lola came from, but I forgot what it means.
Lowly Lola. uh, well, that is gorgeous. Let's take a look at her stats, and
yeah.
then I'll switch back to the Federation ship so y'all can see her seating, and we'll go into battle a little bit, show off some of these consoles. Let's see. So, first of all, we've got the new console for this is the Proton Eruptor module, which does a just like the last one, a giant beam of proton damage, along with some other benefits for you. And it looks really cool. I tried it earlier. Apple Dairy, I've seen you placed your comment several times. That's not a question that I or anyone else on this stream can really answer. That's sort of more of a stats question. There's a couple people in chat who could probably answer the question for you. Augie, for example, uh, would probably be able to give you a good answer, but we cannot. So don't worry about pasting it again. All right. And as for the trait, we've got if you activate tactical team or any intel bridge officer ability, it consumes all secondary shielding and deals 0 proton damage. Probably not 0 if you're not built whatever's wrong with this build that I did to foes within 5 kilometers, equal to whatever the secondary shielding amount was. Oh, so I don't have any secondary shields right now. That's why. So yeah, there you go. Here's the stations. We've got Lieutenant Commander Universal Command, Ensign Universal, Commander Tactical, Lieutenant Engineering, and Commander Science Intelligence. Zobera's, they are all different specializations because I believe the a team's goal was to get as much, like, because we're not doing 12 ships this time, we were just doing the 3, to make sure there's as much variety as possible.
Yeah, because now with cross-faction flying, it wasn't enough to just say, here's the same ship, but for Klingons, right?
Yeah.
You wanted to give people a reason to get the bundle, even if they're a Fed main or whatever. Each ship needed something that kind of, aside from the art, that set it apart from the other ships. So I'm not a systems designer by trade or anything, but I feel like that was part of the goal there.
That makes sense to me. That's this one, right? Yeah. All right. There was a question that I was gonna ask. Theron wants to know if these will only be as part of a bundle or if you can buy the ships separately. You can buy them separately. All right, let's hit up Argala. And while we're loading up Argala to look at the ship, I'll let you know what else is in the bundle if you do decide to buy the whole bundle. You, of course, get all three ships, so the Kardashev Command Dyson Science Destroyer, the Lola Intel Dyson Science Destroyer, and the Rawless Temporal Dyson Science Destroyer. You also get one T6 ship coupon that will be automatically given to the character who buys the product. So be careful which one you buy it on if you don't want it if you want it on a specific character. Same thing with the eight experimental ship upgrade tokens that come with this. So you'll be able to turn all three of these ships into T6X2 if you buy the bundle, as well as having enough tokens left over to do one more ship. You get 4 ship slots. So if you buy the bundle and you're out of ship slots for these 3 new ships, now you can put them all in and one more, presumably the one you buy with your tier 6 ship coupon. Once again, that will also only be granted to the character who buys the product, so be careful which person you buy it on. Then you also get, reclaimable for your whole account, the Solanae Sentinel environmental suit and the Solanae Paladin environmental suit, as well as the Dyson Sphere researcher outfit and the title Science Destroyer. Oh, it takes 3, not 2. You're right. I'm sorry. So you guys are be 1 short. I'm gonna mention that to Jared. That seems like a weird choice. Anyway, here's the seating on the Federation ship. All right, so Lieutenant Commander Universal Temporal Ops, Ensign Universal, Commander Tactical, Lieutenant Engineering, and Commander Science Command. And then I'm just gonna briefly equip all of my new stuff. Where is my new stuff? I want to show off all the consoles if I can. And then what are we missing? We've got electronic shield matrix. We've got so we need the beam from the Klingon ship, which is called Proton Eruptor. And is not showing. It's probably still equipped on the other ship. I'll just give myself another one. All right. Now we've got all 3 new consoles on here. Let's go give the Benthans a hand. You have no right to tell us what to do. Great. Here's the Reverberant Shield Immersion. You can see we've drained a lot of shield power from them and gotten ourselves some secondary shields. And then here's our destabilized proton eruption. Boom! Big beam! And finally, this is the one that comes with the Federation ship. This is called Network Protonic Shielding, and it grants shielding to your allies, as you can see a little bit over there. Augie was saying we can't activate tactical mode during combat, but I think I just did. So maybe that's something new. All right. Well, there we go, everybody. I'm going to sail out of combat a little bit and just say thank you very much to our guests here. Thomas, Mo, appreciate having y'all on. It's been fun chatting with you, and thank you for showing off the beautiful art on these beautiful ships. And let's see.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah,
for having
Thank you
us.
for having me.
of course. Yeah, always a pleasure to get to chat with
Sorry
you
we didn't
guys.
really have anything to add on the design side while you're flying around Argala here, but you know, it's cool.
Yeah, we'll leave
It's
that to
cool
the
to
smart people.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. One day maybe we'll get a systems designer on here again. All right. Well, with that in mind, I am gonna find us someone to raid. Mo, you're gonna need to tell us a joke while I look for something.
Um, okay, I'm gonna tell you a joke that my daughter told me. Why did the
Yeah.
chicken cross the road?
Okay.
Why?
To pick grass on the other side.
I guess that'll do it. That would be a reason.
Yep. That's a good one.
It's kind of like a dad joke, and
It's
yeah,
perfect.
it's a short joke too, so I guess it's gonna take a little bit longer to get there.
Let's see. Well, we flew the Endeavor today, so we might as well raid Endeavor.
Nice.
Maybe. If it'll. Well, now Endeavor didn't sound excited about it, so maybe I won't raid him. I just heard him on the other stream go, "Oh boy." All right. Well, everybody, it has been a pleasure hanging out with you all. It's been a pleasure seeing everybody on the stream. Uh, uh, Augie, I know the punchline of that joke, so I'm just not even gonna read it. Yeah, we will see you all in a couple of weeks for the next one of these. Bye bye, everyone. Bye bye. What's that?
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Wait, what popped up on the screen though? What's
Wait,
that?
what?
Oh, okay. I guess never mind. Bye, everybody.